Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here with a tag team movie review. I'm going to be reviewing the new Kevin Smith movie, Yoga Hosers, and the Disney movie, Jungle Book, that came out earlier this year. And they're both on Netflix, and I saw them last night and this morning. Now, first of all, I'm just going to go in the order of which I saw, which Tony put the thumbnail on. Tony put Yoga Hosers and then Jungle Book. Thank you, my friend Tony, for making a cool, awesome thumbnail. And even though I saw Yoga Hosers second and Jungle Book first, but I'm going to do Yoga Hosers first and then Jungle Book. Well, Yoga Hosers is Kevin Smith's new movie, and it absolutely sucks. I'm not going to pull any punches on this one. One thing is, Kevin Smith lied. Because Kevin Smith was talking about the movie Red State. He said, I'm going to do that movie, I'm not doing any more movies. And then he did some movie called Tusk, which I've never seen. I hear some good things, some bad things about this movie, right? I didn't see that one. And then he came out and did Yoga Hoses, and I did see this one, sadly. And it has his daughter, Harley Quinn, in it, and some other girl, and they're best friends who are always on their phone, and they work at this convenience store in Canada. And a little bit of Clerks influence, and there's really bad Canadian accents. Like, they closed the store for different reasons. And like, sorry, but I mean, the Canadian accents are really bad, and most of the acting is horrible in this film. I don't know why Kevin Smith went for a PG-13 rated movie. Well, he's so foul-mouthed. You know, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't go for an R-rated movie. And then I know Rotten Tomatoes gives us 20%. A lot of bad reviews. And they're saying if the creators from South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, directed this movie, it'd probably been a lot funny. I mean, there's almost nothing funny in this movie. And basically, let me go back to telling you what the movie is about. Two girls, they said, are 14 and a half. They don't look no 14 to me. They look about 20. But, I mean, that happens in a lot of movies. And they work at this convenience store owned by their dad, and they're like, they kind of just don't want to do any work, and they hate the customers, like in the Clerks movies. But the two guys in Clerks movies were much better than this. This is like amateur hour. I mean, I might as well just bring my camera in and make a movie myself. And, you know, they go to school, and they're talking about, the teacher was telling them about these Nazis that live in Winnipeg. Kind of reminiscent of Illinois Nazis and Blues Brothers, but Blues Brothers is a billion times better than this crap. And the Illinois Nazis thing they had on there was kind of funny in Blues Brothers. It ain't in this one. And they have like these monsters called Bratzies, which are the bratwurst, and they had them fighting them, and like a bratwurst, little bratwurst, and then that's so stupid. And I don't mind stupidity in movies, but when it's good stupidity, bad stupidity in movies are really bad. I mean, a stupid movie that's a lot of fun is different, but this is not a lot of fun at all. Johnny Depp is in the movie. I mean, he did some good acting in it, but I mean, for the most part, the acting's horrible. Like I said, it's just not funny. It's mind-numbingly, shockingly bad that Kevin Smith would even make something like this. I didn't see Tusk. I heard some people really hate that too. There's a podcast at the very end of the movie. I'm not giving away any things, like the very end of the credits. And you hear Kevin Smith laughing hilariously at the word Yoga Hoser. So that made me take this down even another number, just because he thought that was so darn funny. But I mean, it's an abysmal film. And it's, like I said, shockingly bad. I'll tell you the things I did like in it. I said Johnny Depp was a good actor. It was good in this. But I mean, even though his script was... And the script is awful. What he was saying wasn't funny at all. What I did like about it was Johnny Depp's makeup. He was unrecognizable. I didn't recognize Johnny Depp at all. I like that. I like that... I think the girls were talking about Nazis, when they were talking about them being in the past, the Johnny Depp character said, children shouldn't play with dead things, which is a reference to a Canadian film director, Bob Clark, who really shot to fame by directing the movie Porky's, and then Porky's 2, and a year later directing Christmas Story, which is completely different from the Porky's movies. he started out doing horror films. He did like Death Dream and the original Black Christmas and Don't Play with Dead Things, which is like his. He told George Romero was like a poor man's version of Night of the Living Dead, which was a low budget movie. Anyways, it was a Canadian zombie film. So I like that. What else did I like? I loved the cameo by Stan Lee in there. That was great. I love that. That was a highlight. He was only in it for a minute though. Jason Mewes. It was all right seeing him in there. He wasn't given anything funny to do, but I mean he was all right in it. What else did I like? I liked that they had they did the two girls. This guy was doing imitation, and these two girls started doing Christian Bale's Batman go pull the trigger, pull. That was kind of funny. That was pretty much the only real laugh of the movie. I think there was one other thing I liked in it, and I mean these are not high points of what I like. I mean, to recommend the movie whatsoever. I couldn't imagine watching this the second time. I watched it once and waited all the way through. I think there was one other thing, but boy, I can't think of it now. Maybe there wasn't. I don't remember. But I mean, it's really, really bad. I give Yoga Hosers a 2 out of 10. It was shockingly bad. No, not one laugh to be had, because he did movies like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and his other movies, like I Love Mallrats. He apologized to people for making Mallrats. He should apologize to people for making this. This sucked. He apologized for Mallrats, and Mallrats was really entertaining. I love Mallrats. He should apologize for this movie. I forgot about that. Well, anyways, enough of that. I can't remember the other part I liked. It doesn't matter. The movie's still terrible. I was going to give it 3 out of 10, but when he started laughing off his butt over just saying Yoga Hosers, I was like, oh, forget it. I mean, give me the movies Strange Brew with the McKenzie brothers from SCTV, and also, hi Maggie, and also Brain Candy from Kids in the Hall. People were bad-mouthing that movie, but that movie is way better than this one. And that was funny. Same with Strange Brew, and Strange Brew was PG. But, I mean, this was awful. I definitely would... If you want to see it on Netflix, go ahead. But, I mean... You know, some people said that some people might like it, some people wouldn't. Like, on Rotten Tomatoes, like, with critics, it was 20% liked it. Well, it got 20%, and the audience, like, 43%. So it was a dividing... It was a terrible movie. I hated it. And next is The Jungle Book. And The Jungle Book is the complete opposite. Jungle Book is a live-action version of the cartoon. And I remember growing up with the cartoon. I really liked it. And I guess Disney did two more in the 90s. They did Jungle Book with, I think Jason Scott Lee was in it. I never saw that one. And then they did Jungle Book 2, Mowgli's Story, which I never saw in 98. But this is like a big budget CGI effects live action remake of the cartoon. And it's wonderful. It is, I mean, at first... You keep getting taken out of the picture by the look of it, and then you get drawn into it, especially when they have really exciting parts in it. I really liked it. Shere Khan is in it. All the voice work is good. I mean, when I first saw Baloo and Bill Murray did the voice of it, I was like, Baloo should be more like a John Goodman or Jim Belushi, but eventually Bill Murray won me over on that role, even though I'm a big Bill Murray fan. I love the voice actor who played Baloo and also in Tailspin. He was really good. Made Mowgli raised by wolves in the jungle, and Shere Khan wants to kill him, and it's his way to try to survive. You know, I don't want to give away that much if you remember the movie. They did a couple musical numbers which are a little bit odd, but I mean it's still pretty cool. And definitely stay for the ending credits, which are very creative what they did with the ending credits. And I find it's directed by Jon Favreau, who's a fantastic... I mean, he's a good actor, but he's even a better director. You know, he's a better director than that. He could have directed that Kevin Smith movie, but I don't know even if his talent could have saved that film. I will say that I thought it was pretty violent for children, young children, like 7 and under. because the fighting is pretty intense between the animals and stuff. And I'm shocked that it got a PG rating. It had to have been right borderline between PG and PG-13 because the fighting is pretty brutal for a movie like this. Even though most animals are CGI, but you can tell sometimes they look pretty convincing. There's a part where Shere Khan kills someone within the first half hour that looked like they toned down to that. It probably was on borderline to get a PG-13 if they would have showed that more graphically. Because sometimes Disney has a lot of scenes of peril and stuff like that, but this was like taking it and making it look really real the way they did it. It wasn't just in like a cartoon. But I give Jungle Book a full-on 10 out of 10. It's a fantastic film. That's the movie to watch. If you're a Kevin Smith fan like I am, but he thinks he can do no wrong, but, oh, God. See Yoga Hosers, you'll regret seeing it, or you might like it. Some people liked it, but I hated it. So, there's my tag team review of Yoga Hosers and Jungle Book. A special thank you to my good friend Tony Talent for making a cool thumbnail. I used an old photo myself that I took a while back that I never used anything before. So, I went back on a webcam and looked through photos and stuff, so nothing goes to waste, I guess. So there you have it. So I hope you like this tag team movie review. Until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion.